But we open the evening with CM Punk versus Bobby Fish one-on-one, first time ever. Bobby Fish just debuted in the company a few short weeks ago and is already involved in high-profile matches with Sammy Guevara for the AEW TNT title, Bryan Danielson in the main event of Dynamite a few weeks ago, and now CM Punk not beating him, but coming close on various occasions, which was interesting, kind of taking him to the limit. I'm not sure if everyone needs to take CM Punk to the limit. He spent far more time on offense than I was expecting. But I thought it was a good match. Good for what it was, marred by a weird finish where Punk hits the GTS, kind of takes his time in covering Fish. Fish kicks out at 2.5, 2 3/4, 2 9/10, and the referee still counts 3. So, crowd was confused. We all kind of expected CM Punk to win, but the match itself was good and that finish was weird. So, talk me through this, Mr. Marceau. What were your thoughts on it?
No, I thought it was a good match. I think when I'm looking at it now, I like Punk, and I thought like he was obviously a great get for the company, but I feel like every match so far he's had, he's basically been taken to the limit. He's on every show. He's all over the place. It's like he's starting to lose his mystique. I mean, he's supposed to be like their big star, and it's like it'd be one thing. They should be booking him like a Brock Lesnar. Like he should be special. You shouldn't get him every week. Like if you put him on every week, he's just as common as every other guy on the roster. And I feel like he's had good matches, but when you get taken the limit by every guy on the roster, how good does that make you look? So I thought it was good for Bobby Fish. I mean, I don't love him as a singles guy. I think he's good, but I mean, just he's fine for what he is. But I mean, I'm surprised they're pushing him as much as they have. But the match was good. It was a good start to the show, but I feel like Punk needs to be more exclusive and probably should be winning more handily than he has.
Well, I think the key word that you mentioned to me last night was that he felt commonplace. Would you just go about booking him less in order to feel more special? Is that what you were just saying?
Yeah, just like have him, if you're going to book him less and then actually like look dominant. Like Bobby Fish, like I said, he was on offense probably more than half the match against Punk and like kicking his ass. Like I just feel like Punk is a superstar. He is like one of their biggest guys, so you shouldn't just put him out there every week just to put him out there. It's not working. Just like, I don't know. I feel like maybe they thought it'd be a bigger deal. So at first he was kind of more of exclusive and wasn't really on everything, but now he's on every show. Like he was on Rampage, he was on last night, he's on every show now. So I guess at this point he is what he is. But if I was them, I would have made him more special, not just another guy on the roster.
And like I've said before, too, I think the biggest problem is the fact that he really hasn't settled into one, regular storyline. Bryan Danielson, I think he's been having a lot of matches as well, but the biggest difference with him is that, one, he was more active than CM Punk. I mean, he was active in WWE every week, so him wrestling every week, I understand. I love Punk. I've enjoyed his matches so far. He's looked good, but I don't, like you said, I don't know if I need to see him in there every single week. I don't know if he's wrestling next week. I don't think so. I don't think they've announced anything. We'll get into this real quick. Spoiler alert for Rampage tomorrow night. We were there for the taping right after Dynamite, but following the predictable result of Bryan Danielson beating, Eddie Kingston in the opening of the Rampage show and the semifinal match in the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament, they teased something backstage with CM Punk and Eddie Kingston, which appears to be the next direction they might be going in for. Would you say Full Gear, or is that a Dynamite match? I think that is a Full Gear worthy match, but it seems like they're giving stuff away. Like Cody Rhodes and Andrade is happening next week on Dynamite, apparently. We didn't see that, but apparently they announced that, and we just completely missed it. They didn't show it to the live crowd. But, yeah, so your thoughts on what that next CM Punk feud could be, and I feel like it's taking a little longer than it should be to get there.
Yeah, I think if you do this at the pay-per-view, it's definitely a good match, but I just, like we're talking about it, I just don't see it being like an actual feud. I think it's just the next match for Punk. I mean, the show is less than 2 weeks away. I don't think it's going to be a full-on feud. So, it is what it is. I mean, I saw that Cody tweeted out, he's like, oh, we're giving you a money match on TV. I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Money match.
So, it is what it is. But like you said, I think maybe if Punk actually had a feud, it would come over well. Like, he's just having, like, random matches with good wrestlers, but like I said, it's like he's not looking dominant. He's getting taken the limit by everyone. Like, he just feel like he has no footing, I guess, might be another way to say. Like, he needs an actual feud in this Eddie Kingston direction. Like I said, the show's in 2 weeks. I mean, what are you going to build it up as? Like this big blood feud now. So, we'll see, but I think he needs more of a direction than just like wrestling guys and just being put on the show, because it just, I don't know, it just seems random.
Yeah, it is random, and it's been fine, and people are eating it up and whatever, and that's fine. But like, you got to give the guy direction at some point. Like, you just can't keep racking up wins. And maybe the intent is to put him towards the world title picture, and that's why he's racking up as many wins as he is. Maybe that's the purpose behind this, and that's what I tend to believe. I don't know if I need to see him in the world championship picture though by the end of the year or by early 2022. I don't know if they would do Punk and Omega that early, but I don't know. We'll see. I've enjoyed his work so far. I'm not criticizing it, but I do think he needs some sort of direction beyond Full Gear. And a match with Eddie Kingston would be great, and I think the promos would be awesome. But again, I feel like it's not really the match that sells me on it. It's more so the promos, and we only have 2 weeks worth of promos. They have next week's Dynamite, the week after that, I think, and then the pay-per-view. So they don't really have a lot of time at all, like you said. And I wish they had given this more time than they did, because it's not like Eddie Kingston's really been involved like in anything much of note lately. He's been kind of bouncing around from match to match and feud to feud. So they could have built this up a lot earlier than they did, but better late than never, and we'll see where they go with it.